Beijing state broadcaster has released footage of Chinese troops launching attacks and hitting targets during live fire drills in the sea near Taiwan.
My name's Sergeant Christopher Seeley. I'm stationed at Fort Hood, Texas.
The dramatic video shows the People Liberation Army launching a mock seizure of an unnamed small island in China's Fujian province, facing self-governing Taiwan. It comes after Chinese President Xi Jinping ordered his military, which consists of about 2 million troops, to be ready for war at any time. The news comes as political tensions between China and the United States escalate over the sovereignty of democratic Taiwan, which China considers its own. Washington ambassador to the United Nations held virtual talks with Taiwanese President Tsai Ing-wen on Thursday, telling the island leader that the United States will always support Taiwan. The meeting immediately angered Beijing by warning Washington that attempts to challenge the One China principle were unsupported and doomed to failure. China views Taiwan as a rebel province and has increased threats to bring the island under its control. Late last year, state broadcaster CCTV showed off footage of soldiers seizing an island during a large-scale training session in a clear warning to Taipei. This week, the CCTV military channel showed off another similar military exercise, which reportedly took place recently in a remote area off the coast of Minnan. In the social media posts, the official outlet did not mention any connection between the training and Taiwan. However, Minnan, located in the southern part of Fujian province, is the closest point of mainland China to the island. Army Group 73 simulated a sortie with different types of aircraft and ammunition. The gunship helicopters were ordered to fly about 20 meters, 66 feet, above the sea to launch attacks on targets on an unspecified small island during combat mimicking super low altitude, the report said. Footage shows soldiers firing explosives from helicopters and preparing to jump out of the plane to land on the small island. It also featured ground targets smashed to pieces in an intense mock seizure. The CCTV report follows a mobilization order signed earlier this month by President Xi, urging his soldiers to prepare for fighting. On January 4th, Xi ordered his troops to increase training in real combat conditions to ensure their combat readiness and ability to win battles, according to the text of his order released by the Xinhua news agency. He demanded that all soldiers sharpen their fighting spirit and perfect their combat skills to welcome the 100th anniversary of the founding of the Chinese Communist Party this year. 2 million or so of the nation's soldiers were reported to be in action after receiving their leader direction. Analysts suggest that Xi's latest orders show the leader's intention to increase the army's ability to win the war at all costs. Speaking to the South China Morning Post, Hong Kong-based military commentator Song's Hongping said China does indeed face a grave risk of war, which this order seriously implies. In November, Xi urged his troops not to fear death and prepare to win the war while talking to military commanders.